Hi guys, welcome back to your weekly readings. This is Raisa here. I trust you guys had a wonderful Valentine's Day for those of you that have a relationship, and for those of us that doesn't have a relationship or that don't have a relationship, well, we can still hope for something good to come our way eventually. But first we must learn to, again, open ourselves up again to love, allow people into our lives, do extra things that can help us attract a relationship either back into our lives or a new relationship. Today we're going to review the energies that may affect us from the week of February the 19th through to the 25th. Our February is almost gone, guys. Unbelievable the way the time is passing. Again, I don't feel like being on camera. I just have a lot of cards here, and I've got a new setup going on here, the way that I am putting my tablet now, so that you can see the cards as I'm shuffling, and then I have some on the table already that I usually get while I am meditating or shuffling the cards. So we go through those first because I feel that those are direct messages from Spirit for our general growth. And this is a general reading, so it's for all of us to learn to love ourselves, to learn to love those around us, and to learn to open up again to what truly is important, which is our spiritual growth, our love for others and ourselves, unconditional, regardless of what we look like, how we feel, who they are, and know that everyone that comes across our lives are our teachers. Whether it's in a negative way or you perceive it in a negative way or in a positive way, they're all there to teach you a lesson. It's all there to show you your own karmic actions that you take in life against people. Maybe you don't even realize that you're doing something in particular that's upsetting someone else. And then when you see it reflected back to yourself, you don't like it. You dislike the way that someone does something. You always need to look within, because usually there's something that you are doing yourself that is exactly what you're looking at, and you've done it at some point, or you're doing it in the present, and you need to work on that. You need to work on that within yourself. Our exterior lives are usually a reflection, a mirror image of what's going on inside, or what we do on a daily basis. So we need to mesh that. We need to learn to work on that. We need to learn to work on ourselves. So these cards that I usually get on the table before the reading is a direct message from Spirit that helps us work on exactly that. So the messages for this week, we begin with family and tribe. So when you look at this card and you see the title of it, family and tribe, we all have family, and we all have a soul tribe that we incarnate with. Usually our families are part of that, and they are our biggest teachers. They are the ones that we struggle with the most. They are the ones that we love the most. They are the ones that initially imprint our lives. So how are some of the imprints from our family members, from our childhood, still affecting our lives is something that we need to focus on this week, because perhaps those are outdated. Times have moved along. We have gotten older. Some of our family members are no longer around, and we're still repeating some of those old patterns, still repeating some of those old beliefs. It could also be part of religion, culture, family. It's all to do with that. And we need to focus on our patterns, the things that we do on a daily basis, how we feel, what we believe, what's been instilled in us from childhood that perhaps we need to kind of remove from our lives, or know that it's outdated. We no longer need to believe those things about ourselves, about others. We can change the way that we feel, especially about other cultures, about other beliefs. We can open up to them, because some things in our lives do need to change. This can also represent new tribe members coming into your lives, new family members for those of you that have children or are about to have children or are about to have more grandchildren. Your grandchildren, again, are part of your tribe and family. So you need to remember that the things that you have learned, you don't need to instill in your grandchildren or in your children that you are having, for those of you that are now in the age of having children. There's certain things you don't need to carry forth into the next generations because it can only hurt them, because things have changed quite a lot. For some of you, there may be new tribal members coming into your life. So as you move, as you grow, as you open up to new people that are arriving into your life, some of these people are part of your soul group. You're going to feel an instant connection with them. You're going to know, you're going to recognize these souls on a heart basis. It may not be a recognition through a physical. You may not say, oh wow, I feel like I know you, but in some cases you might, because you may have already dreamt with these people. They may be people that you communicate with in a spiritual basis while you're dreaming, while your spirit is traveling. So be aware that for some of you, there's new people that are coming into your lives, and some of them are part of your tribe. Now, the next card that we have on the table is pride. Now, our pride sometimes gets in the way when it comes to family members. We feel the need to control the way that they think or the way that they act or something that they're doing about, with their lives. And we have no place to do so. No control issues. We need to curb that, and we need to show love, unconditional love to them, one way or the other. I know in some cases some family members are very hurtful to their children. They do things that are unspeakable. Those you need to disconnect with and just forgive, and learn that perhaps in a past lifetime you were the one dishing it out, and in this lifetime they are on the other side of that coin. They are the reflection. So it's hard, I know, to disconnect from those kind of energies, but you must forgive them and know that it was a lesson that needed to be learned. No matter how difficult or how painful, you made it through, you overcame, and you need to cut those cords. And how you do that is you use the archangels for help. Raphael and Michael, they're very, very powerful, and Uriel to give you the strength in order to overcome. One of these days I'm going to put out a reading to where we can focus on the archangels as well and learn to use their energy to help us move forward. But our pride sometimes, to look at the other side of the coin now, gets in the way of past relationships when it's time to say, I'm sorry. I am sorry for the things that I did, the decisions that I made that were impulsive. I'm sorry if I hurt you. Even if you don't return back to those old relationships or family members you haven't spoken to in a very long time, you still need to know that sometimes your pride has hurt the relationship, and you need to be aware of that. That pride kills. Pride does have a lasting effect on us that is negative, and we need to work on that. We need to work on that. Being too prideful sometimes doesn't help us see the beauty in the other person or in the lesson that we are learning at that time. We perceive it as something negative. Our pride gets in the way and does not allow us to learn that lesson, does not allow us to look forward and see why it happened. Why did we have to live through that? Why did we have to make those decisions? Why did we make them so impulsively? And our pride just is usually part of that. So we need to work on that. We need to work on recognizing what part of our lives has been affected by our family, by our beliefs, by culture, and what part of it has been affected by our prideful decisions or words that could be very hurtful that we have said to others, trying to control the situation, which usually is never a good thing, and it does hurt us in the long run. So we need to work with the angelic energy in order to kind of balance that out, or to forgive and forget, even if you do it in a written letter, as a message, or just through dreams, because through dreams we can communicate with those spirits of our past relationships or members that are now on the other side. We can still communicate with them. Trust me, you'll see them in dreams. They can come to you, they can give you messages, and you can give them messages as well. The next card is beauty. When you see this card, what do you think? In the outer beauty of a person, in the beauty within. This card represents beauty that is within, beauty that is recognized on a soul level. Something beautiful, something wonderful is going to happen in your lives when you realize some of the things that you have done that have not been quite right. And as you're healing those wounds, lessons in your own life, beautiful things do come in because they're gifts from us or for us from the divine, or maybe from our higher spirit, from our higher self. It gives something to us. So within the next couple of weeks, there's something beautiful that's coming into our lives. Something that we'll see the beauty of it. And it may not be on a physical level. It'll be a beauty that comes from within. There's a gift that's being given to us that's going to help us feel wonderful, help us feel happy. It's like a beauty that will recognize, one way or the other. It's going to be very familiar to us. So it could be a gift that comes from family, because this card says familiar love. So it's a love that will recognize either from a past life. It could be a past relationship that comes back into your life that expresses how they feel, because they learned their lessons, because they've learned where they have hurt you, because they learn a few things as well, just like you're learning. Perhaps they're learning them too, but on their own level. See, we're not all on the same spiritual growth level, so everyone learns at their own pace. Some a little quicker than others. Perhaps an old familiar love or relationship that we've had in the past, or family members that start to recognize how you have grown, and they start to learn from you and say, wow, look, they've done this, they've overcome this, look at how they dealt with this hard lesson, and let me take a page from that book and act accordingly. So this has a lot to do with family and people from our pasts, and how we've treated them, how they treated us, how we have learned, how we have learned a very, very difficult lesson, and how we have overcome. This lesson is something that we need to write in our little book and not have to learn it again. We need to learn to see things, to rise above when there are differences of opinions. When there's arguments, you need to put a stop to it, because that negative energy that comes in is so powerful. And it could be so damaging to our pride, to their pride. We say prideful words. We say things that are damaging that could last from one lifetime to another. And we need to kind of put a stop to that, because it's very difficult. We need to learn to be a bit more modest when it comes to our actions, to our words, to our interactions with our family and the people that we love. Modesty is very, very important, because it eliminates that pride. It eliminates those prideful thoughts, those prideful words. Being modest and showing others your true self, being more vulnerable, which is what's going to attract something very beautiful into our lives. And it's going to feel like something that we have felt before, or something that we want to feel, a familiar love, a familiar action, a familiar feeling and energy that we really want, that we haven't been able to grasp. We haven't been able to touch that, but we're working on that. It's going to bring us a lot of peace into our lives by being more modest, being able to touch this peacefulness that we're striving to achieve, and this beautiful, loving, familiar energy that we're lacking in our lives. This is whether you're in a relationship or not. It doesn't matter. This is general for everyone who's listening, who cares to listen to this lesson, because this comes straight from Spirit. I've been communicating since 3 o'clock in the morning. And it's always about love. It's always about unconditional love for ourselves, for family, and how much we truly love them. We don't even realize it, but when we are in spirit, we are all love. There is no nastiness or negative energy. It's all about love. So they do want us to pay attention to our dreams, because our dreams, what we want to manifest in life and what we actually dream in the middle of the night, is very connected. It's very connected, and sometimes our guides, our family members, people that we have loved that have passed, they come to us in dreams, and we have conversations with them, and they're very important that we learn to listen, because in dream time you may not hear what your guides are saying. Your spirit hears it, but you don't hear it enough to remember it when you wake up, which is very difficult. Also what you speak. You may not hear that, but through interactions with family members that have passed, through you working on developing your spiritual side, you will learn to listen, you will learn to hear, you will learn to speak and hear what you say and what your guides are telling you and what angels are telling you and what people that have passed are telling you. And that is not something that all of us are born with. Some of us have to really work on it to be able to achieve that, but you can. And waking up in the middle of the night kind of helps you remember exactly what you just said, what was just said to you. It's important. It is in your hands as well to learn these lessons, to put them into practice on a daily basis so that you can connect with the angelic energy, with your guides, with people that have passed, and with your own higher self, which is bringing you lessons each and every day, because whether you know it or not, we are going through them every single day. For some of you, there is a love that is developing that's very timid at this time. They're not showing their true colors. So you could be being watched by others on social media or at work or through your neighborhood. I mean, it could happen in many different ways. Somewhere that you go to get a sandwich or a coffee on a daily basis, maybe where you go to for lunch. There could be someone that has their eye on you. But it's developing into a very special kind of love. It's very timid at this time, so they may not be coming out into the open to let you know how exactly they feel about you, but it is there. And eventually, we're going to be blessed with that energy. I know we are all healing from a lot of wounds, from a lot of situations in our past, because they happen so quickly. You know, we go through life so fast. We make decisions that sometimes are very hurtful to others and to ourselves. Sometimes it's a win or lose situation. You know, we don't care if we win or if we lose, but we're still going to go in there with our pride, full speed ahead. And we'll take the power away from others to win the battle instantaneously, because we want to be on top of the situation. We don't want others to get one over on us. But then we lose their love, we lose their respect, we lose that friendship or that relationship that we had just because we wanted to win a battle. So this is something that we need to overcome. Look, I just picked up a deck to shuffle it and the card pops out, which is the same thing that we were just going through. It's our pride. We need to work on our pride because our words are very important. And if there's someone that we need to apologize to, that we need to communicate with, this is the card of clarity. This is a card of the swords anyway, not this particular card. This particular card speaks about winning or losing. You're going to go ahead with the battle whether you win or you lose. But usually this card, this is the Five of Swords, everyone loses. You lose the friendship of others that you tried to get one over on or win the battle with them, you know, regardless of the pain that you have caused or they have caused you. So this is something that we're working through this week. We're working through apologizing. We're working through forgiveness. We're working through truth, being able to be honest with ourselves, how we feel, being honest with another. If someone communicates with you from the past, you be honest with them and say how you feel. Let them tell you how they feel, and perhaps clarity comes. Perhaps truth will come from it. So this doesn't have to exist in our lives anymore. We need to change our focus. That's the other card. Change our focus on the way that we feel, that we think about things, and know which of it is outdated anymore. We don't need to look at that anymore. We don't need to go over that same situation anymore in our heads or in our hearts. This is the Five of Cups. And this was the Five of Swords. Fives are very difficult numbers. They're the numbers of complete change, of changing the people's lives, of changing your own life with your actions. Your actions can bring about a lot of change, and both of these cards are fives. The Five of Cups is a feeling of being left out of a soul group, of a decision, of feeling like No one cares anymore. You know, that you're all by yourself. But truly you're not. This is a feeling of, I feel like I'm losing my faith. This card. But you need to change your focus. Because a lot of it are lessons that you needed to learn. They're cycles that had to end in your life so that a new cycle could begin. There was something negative about it. There was something erroneous with that relationship or with that pattern that was being repeated over and over again. Perhaps it was an addiction. Perhaps it was a codependency. Perhaps it was, I don't know, just a culture, beliefs, religion, things that kept you in the dark because you were thinking back in the past of the way that you were raised or the way that things are around you, but they're not anymore. So you need to change your focus about life itself, your heart, your emotions, the way that you think about other people, the way that you feel about love, about relationships. You have to change your focus. Others that have hurt you in the past, that was just a lesson of something that you don't want to repeat. There's something about that. The way that you started a relationship, the way that you left a relationship, the way that a relationship left you. There was something about that that you need to overcome, that you need to see the clarity in that. Because perhaps that other person, perhaps it was a relationship that it was pure physical. Sex was very important. And it was number one. And perhaps that's not all there is to a relationship. It's not all about beauty. It's not all about sex. It's not all about what you can give me or what I can take from you. That's not a relationship. That's not a relationship based on unconditional love, on pure love, on heartfelt love. So there's something about the focus. There's something about relationships that is still needing to heal, that it's something that you're still learning how to do this, how to switch your beliefs. Don't lose your faith on what you want, because it is still coming. There's big changes going on in your life that you need to get clarity on. No more fighting, no more trying to win. It's not about winning. It's not about winning. It's about coming to an agreement, to common ground, to understanding the other person and knowing that they are reflections of who you are. There's something there that you needed to learn. C'est la vie. We all learn hard lessons, friends. Awaiting results of your hard-earned work. For those of you that have been working very, very hard, diligently to change the way that you feel, your negative energies, your negative thoughts, your patterns. For those of you that are working very hard, you've already grown some roots. You're already learning. It's reaching your heart. It's reaching your heart. Being outdoors is helping you ground. It's helping you get a new perspective on life, on love. This is also awaiting results of your hard work when it comes to your finances. You have already laid some solid roots. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid, and continue to focus on your work, on learning what you need to learn. And you will get there. You will change. You will get your just reward. Okay? You have planted some good seeds and they are showing some growth. Keep going on the right path. Or stay on that path, because you're going to get somewhere. For those of you that are hoping to get a promotion, the promotion is coming. Here you have spread your wings. This is the Two of Wands. There may be, for some of you, a new direction that comes up. A new passion that you decide to embark on. There's something that you have been doing because you have some good roots here. You have been working very diligently on a certain path. But now, because you're growing karmically, spiritually, you're getting some downloads from the divine, and you've got another path that starts to open up. Either a new relationship, a new passion, because this is Wands. So this is all about your passions. What are you passionate about? Are you passionate about love? Are you passionate about a relationship? Are you passionate about arts? Are you passionate about your work? Are you passionate about family? What are you passionate about? Because that's what's going to start opening up in your life. A new path that opens up due to your passions. In my life, it could be a new passion for a relationship. someone to share my life with, someone to share my thoughts with, my beliefs, my stories. For you, it could be a new job, a new home. This card could represent anything that you're passionate about, that you're moving towards, that you're working very diligent towards in your life. That's starting to open up. And you're walking that path now. It's not an easy one, and it's a long one, but it leads to the sun. It leads to sunshine. It leads to happiness. It leads to that beautiful thing that we got on the other cards that is coming our way. Because we have worked very, very hard to achieve it, and we're still working really, really hard. And we are trying to change our focus, the way that we see the people around us, our family members, the people that we love, the people that we work with. We're learning our lessons, and they're not getting under our skin anymore. They can't, because we've grown, and it shows, here, and it shows here. This is something that we are overcoming, this need to be right all of the time, this need to win above others. Why? Why do we have to feel we need to push another down just to make us feel better when we are already better? We're already higher. We're already higher in spirit. We've learned. We are teachers now of this that we are learning. We don't need to push another down. We just need to teach them. There's another way. There's a better way. There's no need for an argument. There's no need for a struggle. But there is need for unconditional love. And there is need for us to work at it. We need to continue to work. We can't sit on our laurels or on our butts, to put it in English. We have to get up there and we have to work. We have to work hard. We have to plant our little seeds and then stick with it. Stick with something. And I know it's not easy, but it's not impossible either. We need to stick with it, because changes do come about that we have no control over. When they hit us, we can't lose our control. We need to be able to continue to move forward. We can't lose everything that we have built, that we have worked for. We can't walk away from it anymore just to make it easier on ourselves. We need to work at it. We need to learn how to work with it. Look, here it is. Okay, I'll make this shit up. Whom do you need to forgive? I think I already said that. As you release old anger and resentment, you will find that your wishes will come true. What you wish for, this path that you're heading towards, is going to happen as soon as you learn to forgive. And you don't have to speak to someone to forgive them. You have to speak to the universe and to your higher self and say, I forgive them. I know that they were one of my biggest teachers, and I have to learn to love them for who they were. Unconditional love. They were my teacher. They taught me something that I needed to learn in this lifetime. Because in a past lifetime, I probably did the same thing to them. And in this time, they were just teaching me how much it hurt them. And how I must overcome and never do it again. Learn. It's all about the heart. It's all about that shining light that can bring you so much clarity to everything that happens in our lives. Heal. Healing, healed, and the healer. Healing energy surrounds you and the situation. So we're beginning to heal, whether we know it or not. And for those of you that are listening and are part of this reading today, you're being healed as well. Because the power of spirit is just all around us, like this. It's shooting down its energy, going, yeah, I'm going to shoot you right in the heart. Now I'm going to heal you because you deserve it. You have grown. You have learned a lot. And you need our help, and we're going to help you. Some of you are healers. You need to learn to heal yourself so that you can help others. And some of you are being healed now. And you will become healers. We all have the power to heal ourselves and to heal others. We just need to learn how to. For some of you, there's a new career coming about. Some of you can be healers. Your work focus is shifting in a positive, new, and successful direction. So for some of you, there's a new career. You're starting something new in your life. Walk through it. Go to it. For some of you, it's a promotion. Take it. Move forward. Learn to say yes and be very thankful. Open your arms in the morning. Thank the universe for every beautiful thing that it's going to bring into your life, and you're open to it, and you're appreciative of it. And then wait and see the new beautiful things that come into your life. Try not to push the energy. Remember, we're working with divine timing, and sometimes things have to happen before we can achieve what we're desiring, but it is coming. These cards are telling me that they're coming. We just need to heal a little further, a little more, and we're almost there. Sacral chakra. This little card wanted to move around. It's our third chakra. The sacral. It's what attaches us to our, first of all, soulmates from the past. Past lives, past karma. It's also our creative chakra. Where it helps us be creative and passionate about things. And it helps bring our soulmates to us, but it hurts. It also hurts like right on the top of the stomach. You get that little sick feeling there. That's a karmic soulmate or karma from the past that you're working through. So we're preparing in the darkness. Some of us have a lot of communication in our dreams, and we need to learn to pay attention, because we probably are already communicating with a soulmate or family members or guides. We just need to learn to listen to them. There is a lot of preparation that needs to go on in our lives at this time for us to either move forward with our new career, continue to heal, continue to forgive others in order to change our focus. We are still awaiting results, but we're preparing. We're preparing for this new path, for this new passion, for this new soulmate that's coming into our lives. We have to prepare. And then soon we'll be moving forward with that. Because we'll get our guidance and things will happen. Chariot's all about being triumphant in the things that we are trying to achieve. Let's see if I can get to the reading. Oh, how many minutes? Oh, we're still good. Alright, so let's see what this week's going to be like, guys. Week of the 19th through to the 25th, we have our first card in the moon. Angel of Dreams. So pay attention to your dreams. Psychic messages will be coming through. Moving forward in darkness. Perhaps some secrets that are going to be revealed. I have been revealing some myself on camera for the world to know. Opening yourself up, being vulnerable. Not being afraid to move even though you don't know what's happening. There may be some hidden enemies as well that will be revealed to you, either through dreams or through actions. Pay attention and don't be afraid to move forward, because usually the moon represents fears as well. Fears of opening up, fears of allowing another in. But don't be afraid, because everything will be revealed to you in due time. And this is a major arcana card as well as the Chariot. So moving forward in darkness. We may not see the way forward, but don't be afraid, because you're being guided. You're being guided by the divine, so we have nothing to fear. We need to take action as well at work and with the situations at home or with friendships. Just take action in the things that you want to do, even though you can't see which way you're going or the way forward. Don't be afraid, because taking action is part of being able to manifest what we desire during this week. If you're guided to go to the park and walk, go to the park and walk. If you're guided to go to a particular place, do it. If you're guided to speak to a certain person, do it. Just do it. Just move through. Move through the energy, even if it's a bit scary. You have the Queen of Swords. For some of you, there's going to be an air sign that's going to be very important in your life this week. This could be family members. This could be someone at work. This could be yourself, cutting things out that are unnecessary from your life. Being independent, not allowing others to manipulate you. Okay, this could also represent an Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini in your life this week. or your own energy. Being at guard. Someone that's been hurt, but yet has learned to use that to gain clarity on how to move forward in life. Oops. Yo, you're not going on the ground, but we're going to use it. The Five of Cups again. Five of Cups, working through some sadness, cutting out the parts of it that we no longer need. Okay. Eight of Cups, departure. For some of you, you're going to be moving from one place to another. This is moving away from this sadness from the Five of Cups and being able to achieve it by getting away from this old energy, from the lessons that we are learning. Some of you are moving from one place to another. There's some drama that we need to overcome. We need to get rid of this drama that keeps showing up in our lives by being able to overcome our own pride, by working with our family and tribe and settling ourselves. This is new love also for some of you that is coming into your lives. This could be an old soulmate or someone new that's coming in. That could be, again, an air sign. But there is love coming. There is love coming. It was shown to me by the other cards and now this card as well. And it's showing me here, Angel of Magic. So we have all of the tools at our disposal in order to bring about this new love that we want, or a new way to look at the love that you already have and that you live with already, that your significant other, whether it's just a boyfriend or someone you live with, or if you're married. There's new hope, there's new abundances coming through. For some of you, it could be children. Maybe you want to have a child. Maybe it's going to bring about some drama because perhaps you're not ready yet. Perhaps your significant other isn't ready yet, but it can happen with this Ace of Cups, okay? So be very aware of that. You could be in communication already with your child, with that energy in your dreams, because we also have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is all about psychic abilities, intuition, angel of power. She can make things happen. And along with the Magician, you could actually be meeting someone, if you're single, that's just like you. If you're intuitive, if you're magical, just so this person will be. You're going to be matched. So it's someone that's a lot like you, that's going to help bring a lot of wisdom into your life, a lot of organization, a lot of power, because then you're getting the Emperor. The Emperor is an Aries. It represents Aries. It represents a fire sign. So it could be a fire sign that's coming into your lives for some of you that are single. Or it could be someone that's very fiery in nature. Someone that's very attractive. Someone that's very powerful, very grounded. And will help bring a lot of wisdom into your relationship or into your life. You also have your own wisdom. You have your book of life. You have your intuition, you have your psychic abilities, you have a very powerful moon, very powerful guides behind you as well as this could be a grandmother or a mother or just a spirit guide that's behind you that helps you quite a lot, that will help guide you into this situation with this new person that's coming in. That's going to be quite the magician, someone very special as well, with their own psychic powers or with their own magical powers that they have honed themselves. Someone attractive, and someone that could be very sly at the hand, so you have to be careful, you know, of who you let into your lives. So for some of you, there could be more than one person that comes into your life at this time if you are single, so weigh it out. Use your intuition as to which one would be the best person to continue to get to know. But initially, you need to open up and allow it in, allow the energy in so that you can get to know other people. And allow the lessons that you're going to learn from these people in so that you can get past that stage and into the next stage, which is not quite as easy. But for some of you, this person that comes in is going to be a very structured person and will help bring a lot of structure to your business, to your life, to your emotional life as well. If it's a romantic partnership, this could be a person that's coming in for work, maybe a new person at work that helps you somehow, that helps you learn some lessons somehow. Maybe a good friend also. But I'm thinking more along the lines of romantic partnership with this Ace of Cups. We got several cups. Departure from this Five of Cups. So you're cutting out all of the things that have hurt you in the past. You're learning to balance it. You're learning to dismiss it and learn from it in a good, positive way. So this week is all, again, about emotions. It's about love. It's about learning. It's about new love coming in, or your existing love, raising it to another level, to a much higher level, more pure, more unconditional, which is really, really hard to do if you think about it, but it's not impossible. So we need to open ourselves up. Let's see what the Mother Mary deck has to say about that. Well, again, taking action is another card that has come out again. Today I take action on the priorities that I have previously put off. So if there's anything to do with children, grandchildren, having children, speaking to your children, anything along those lines. There's also priorities that we have in our lives to speak to people from the past that we need to say goodbye to, that we need to acknowledge, that we need to forgive. Maybe if we just do it, maybe write it down in a letter and burn it to the universe, offer it up to the angels so they take it to, heaven, and know that we have been forgiven for that we have forgiven others. The priorities, it could be our health, it could be our work, it could be our family. We need to focus on the priorities that we have put aside because they were either too hard for us to handle, we couldn't deal with it, and we need to make it our number one priorities during this week. The things that we've put off, we need to really get them going on, okay? We need to take action. We need to know that we can be both gentle and powerful, bringing in more tenderness into our lives, being more gentle with the people around us, with our children, with our family members, with the people that we work with. Show more tenderness. Remember, being more, let me grab the cards, being a bit more modest in life. Being more modest, showing more emotions of tenderness to those around you, the people that you love or would like to love. Start opening up to them. Allow my feminine nature to shine brightly as a valuable part of my identity. For those of you that are female, you need to be more female. Wear more dresses, more skirts. Be more gentle, more tender, because that does attract that energy to you. If you are a male, we have both male and female energies within ourselves. It's the twin, it's the other part of us, like the Lover's card. There's a male and a female. It's an integration of both energies. Show a little bit more kindness and more tenderness. It's not all about being Mr. Macho all of the time, or being tough and hard crust around you. No. When you're acting or trying to attract a woman, or you're talking to women, being more tender is not going to hurt your feelings. It's also going to make you a bit more attractive to the female that you are talking to, or are trying to attract, or trying to bring into your lives. And taking action with your sweetness, with your kindness, that can be extremely attractive to women sometimes. So you need to know that as well. That the macho thing is great, the protective thing is great, being in control is wonderful, but you need to do it with gentleness, with kindness, with sweetness, because that brings out the roaring lion in a woman, at least in some of them, okay? And I pray for Jesus' help and guidance with this situation. If there's something that you really are having a difficult time overcoming, we can always call upon this energy, this person that was alive many years ago. Some of you don't like it when I get too religious or too specific, but Jesus is an energy that I recognize. It's an energy that I have called upon many, many times, and he does answer. He does come to you in dreams if you believe, And He does change things in your lives, but you have to be aware that it's not going to be an easy fix, and it's not going to be all, I don't know, unicorns and cupcakes. It's going to be hard, but it's not impossible. He's very protective energy and very powerful, and always has angels at His disposal in order to bring more assistance to us if we need it. This is an archetype that I always call upon when I am low in energy, when I need help, when I need extra support. This is the only one I call upon, actually. But that's just me. You guys can have others. Either way, it's all the same energy. You call upon it and it comes for help. Remember, forgiveness is something that we're working through. I am willing to release old resentments so that I may enjoy my life. And so that beautiful, wonderful things can start to happen in our lives. More of it. Because we always have that, but we don't always see it either. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed the reading today. There is no interactive part because today the reading was general for everyone without an interactive. I think the message was clear and it was very powerful. So remember that. Rest and reconsider the things that you need to change and do in your lives as you move through this week. If you guys would like a private reading with me, you can check my link below or write to me at riseshealingarts11@gmail.com, or you can check my little blog where I do have some readings there. I could use some assistance this week where readings are concerned, so if you would like a reading, check me out. I'm still offering the $25 reading. It could be on any subject, but it could also be on romance. So know that I love you. Talk to you soon, and bye for now.